All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into something really powerful, financial independence, and specifically why real estate is becoming such a critical tool for women looking to build wealth on their own terms.
So let's just get right to it. To really understand why real estate is such a game changer, we first have to ask, why is this conversation even necessary? What are the unique financial challenges women are up against?
Well, the honest truth is, even with all the progress we've seen over the decades, the financial playing field, it's still not quite level. Women often run into these systemic barriers, whether it's in what they're paid, their access to investment opportunities, or seeing themselves represented in leadership roles.
And all of those hurdles, they add up. They contribute to this stubborn, really persistent wealth gap. And that gap is exactly why direct paths to financial control, paths like real estate, are more important now than they've ever been.
And look, it's not just one thing. It's more like a snowball effect that builds over a lifetime, right? You've got lower starting wages, maybe career breaks for taking care of family, and then there are these subtle cultural pressures that can discourage taking big financial risks. It's this whole complex web of challenges that just makes building wealth a totally different game.
Now, to really appreciate the power of owning property today, we have to take a look back. Because believe me, the journey for women to even have financial rights has been a long and incredibly hard-fought battle.
I mean, the change has been absolutely staggering. Just think about this. It wasn't until the 1970s that a woman could get a credit card or a loan in her own name without needing a man to co-sign. That's within many of our lifetimes. So today, real estate isn't just an asset. For so many, it represents that hard-won freedom, that autonomy.
So, how does all that history translate into real personal power today? Well, this is where this idea of financial agency really comes alive.
And this quote from real estate pro Cindy Schultz just nails it, doesn't it? It's such a powerful reminder that, at its core, financial control is life control. It's about having the resources you need to make your own choices.
So what do we really mean by financial agency? Well, think of it like this. It's the power to design your own financial future, one that isn't completely dependent on a traditional paycheck or climbing some corporate ladder that might have those built-in barriers we were just talking about.
And this idea of passing down financial wisdom is just perfectly captured in the story of Judith Ahadut. She learned directly from her mother how property could be this incredible tool for creating stability and security.
Her mother passed down these absolutely vital lessons, that real estate is so much more than just owning a building. It's a strategy. It's a way to create passive income that works for you, to build a real legacy for your kids, and maybe, most importantly, to turn that ownership on paper into actual, real choices in your life.
And what's really cool is that when it comes to real estate, there are two separate but equally powerful ways to get to this financial freedom. You don't have to just pick one. So you can build wealth as an investor, buying property to create that long-term security and passive income. Or you can build it through a career in the industry itself. And that path teaches you invaluable skills in business, negotiation, and just general financial fluency.
And speaking of that career path, Taylor Cohen makes such a key point here. This is an industry where your effort is directly tied to your results. It's a way to basically bypass some of those old-school salary hierarchies we mentioned before.
But the impact here, it goes so much further than just one person or one property. When women succeed in real estate, it kicks off this powerful chain reaction. You can almost see this chain reaction happening. It starts with one woman's success. That success builds her own financial literacy and power. This lets her create a legacy for her family. But it doesn't stop there. Her success, her knowledge, it then opens doors for other women, creating this amazing ripple effect that spreads out through her community.
So ultimately, this isn't just about copying the old ways of building wealth. No, this is about totally rethinking how wealth is built, how it's shared, and how it's managed for the future. It's about making the whole process more inclusive and way more impactful.
And that leaves us with one last, kind of provocative thought to chew on. As more and more women continue to shape the future of real estate, that impact is just going to keep rippling outwards. So if one industry can spark this kind of change, it really makes you wonder, what could the entire future of wealth actually look like?